Hi everyone, it's Miss Mechelle from the Southfield Public Library. Welcome to a craft. Today, I'm working on making a wind catcher. So, I've got some supplies that I want to tell you about. I have some old CDs that are scratched and nobody's listening to or using. Make sure before you use one that you double check with your parents about this, because you don't want to use their favorite one and get in trouble. So I have an old CD. I have some fun sequins, a bunch of different colors. You can use any kind of found object that you have. You can use sequins, broken toys, anything sparkly or fun that will glue on is good. I've got a cup of glue and a paintbrush to spread my glue onto the CD cover. I've got some other little plastic things that I can glue sequins onto. And I've got some string. This is just ordinary string. It's a natural cord. Any kind of string you have at home will work. So, let's get started. The first thing you want to do is you want to take your CD, and you can leave the shiny side, that's okay. If you like it to, it'll like shine in the sun, that'll be pretty. The other side of mine is kind of yucky. It's ugly, so I'm gonna decorate this side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my glue and use my paintbrush to spread it on the CD. And you wanna get a nice thin layer in a good space. And the reason I do that is because then I can just glue on a bunch of stuff all at once. It doesn't have to be like, just one tiny spot. So I've got my glue stuck on there, and it's gonna turn clear, when it's done, when it dries up. So the next part is to grab your sequins, or whatever it is you're gluing on, and start gluing them in place. I also happen to have some little gemstones in my packet, so I'm putting a couple of gemstones. Make sure you glue the sequins so the flat side is down so it gets enough glue to stick, like that. And you just continue to add sequins and gems or whatever it is that you're adding until you filled up your space. Here's one that I already worked on yesterday that I wanted to show you, and you can see it's not all the way filled up. There's still a lot of empty space, but that's okay. I like that color, and it'll shine in the sun. And you can imagine when the wind blows and it blows on the string, it's going to be really beautiful, sending colors everywhere, which is what I want. I also used glitter to put on those little plastic, I don't know what they are, little plastic round pieces that I have. And one thing I want to tell you about glitter, if you use glitter, again, you spread the glue all the way around. Use a box. I have a glitter box here, I'll show you. You put the piece inside of my box, and this is a box I'm not going to use again. But I can also make sure that I control where the glitter goes, because you don't want glitter all over your house. So what you do is you take your little piece that you're going to put glitter on. In my case, it's this round bob, this plastic round piece, and you put the glue back on it, just like before. And I've got some glitter actually sitting inside of my box at the bottom because I used it yesterday. And so I'm just going to use the glitter that's in there and put my piece upside down on the bottom and move it around to pick up the glitter that's there. Because you don't really need a lot of glitter. You can see, I did pick up some glitter. But I also have a glitter in a container here, so I can spread a little bit more glitter here if I like. Here's my blue glitter. And I'm just going to carefully, gently put a little bit more glitter on it. Not too much, because, glitter kind of like, it expands, and you don't want it everywhere. You want to be careful where you get it. That's why I'm using the box, because it's only going to be inside of the box. So So you can see it really did put some more glitter on that. And I have some more glitter on the bottom. So I'm going to take my brush again, and I'm going to brush the back side, which I did not brush before. So I've got two sides, and I'm going to pop it on the bottom, on the glitter that's sitting on the bottom of my canister, in my box, and just move it around to pick up some of that other glitter. And hopefully that'll work. Yeah, it did. I got some of the glitter. So, once you've done that, you need to let the glue dry. It's best to have a wet cloth nearby when you're working with glue and glitter, and I happen to have one in a box here that I'm keeping so that I can wipe up a little bit in between parts of my project. So I'm wiping up my fingers. Okay, so as I told you, I worked on this yesterday, and I have a couple already done. Got that and this, and I've got my glitter one. So I threaded it through my string, and my string is big enough that when I put a knot on it, it stayed. This plastic round knob stayed there. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my CD through the string, put the string through my CD like that, pull it out, and I'm going to tie that in place in a spot where I can see both items flashing in the wind. So I want them to each have their own little space where they look pretty hanging. I want them to complement each other and to also have enough space to float in the wind. So I'm going to tie a knot there, and you might have to do probably a couple of pull throughs for your string to get it just knotted properly so that it will stay in place. And I've got quite a long string lead. You'll see, I'll show you. See, I've got all this string to fill up with my pieces. So I can make lots and lots and lots. And you can always cut off the excess when you're done if you have too much string hanging. So I have two more of these. You can put sequins on both sides or whatever you're decorating on both sides. I only did one side. It takes a second or two. It takes a few minutes to dry. So I wasn't really patient yesterday about letting it dry and putting another one on. So you can see I've also left a length of string between the ties, so you can see it. And then I've got my last one that I'm going to put through right here. One more. And I could do like I did the first one where I tie a knot right at the end, or I can tie around like this to capture it in place, and you want to double tie it so you get a knot there. Either way you can do. In this case I'm doing it like this. So now I've got this extra string. I might add some more things later, we'll see. At the top I've got extra string because I left it connected to my string box. So what you can do is you can cut this off and tie a loop, and you can hang it outside on a tree, branch, or maybe your something else that you have hanging outside. Maybe you have on your front porch, you have a place where you can hang it. When you pull it up like this, you can see how pretty it is, and it'll blow in the wind, and it'll catch the light and shine everywhere. I might adjust these and bring them closer together so you can see them closer together. I don't really know. And when the wind blows, it'll shine light everywhere. It'll be just beautiful. So another thing you could do is you could tie it to a hanger and then hang the hanger outside or in your house. Or you could hang this in your window. If you hung it in your window, every time it turned around, it would send different lights through your bedroom, through your house. That's the craft for today. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, if you use an old CD or DVD, double check with your grown-ups to make sure they don't want to keep it before you go putting glue on it, because you can't put this back in the machine. This is Miss Michelle at the Southfield Public Library. Enjoy your craft. I'll see you again soon for another craft.